Joining us now from Boston is Anthony Tarricone. He is one of the lawyers for the family of Ye Meng Yuan. Mr. Tarricone, thanks so much for joining us. Walk us through some of the mistakes made that day. Obviously, the girl was pulled from the wreckage, alive, left near the wing. Was she properly examined? Did they take enough steps to protect the child?
Well, first, it's been 6 months since this tragic crash in San Francisco, and this girl was one of 34 students from the Zhejiang province in China who were heading to California to attend summer camp. She survived the crash only to then be killed when she was run over by not one but 2 different fire trucks. The videos that we obtained recently show beyond any doubt that at least 5 firefighters, 5 responders whose job it was to save and protect people in a situation like this, all 5 of them knew she was there before any foam was put down. No one ever triaged her. She wasn't examined in any way. No one touched her, took her pulse, checked to see if she was breathing. They did not mark her presence. And after directing one of the trucks, a truck that's been described as number 10, after directing the truck around her, 15 minutes later, the driver of that same truck ran her over after covering her with foam.
Well, let me touch on what you're saying, because people who've been into disaster situations like this, and I've seen some, triage areas are set up. I mean, that's customary. So for this child to just be left out there, this is kind of an egregious mistake, isn't it?
Well, she was laying there on the ground near one of the exit slides from the aircraft in a fetal position. She was seen, as I said, by at least 5, probably more, of the responders. No one moved her out of harm's way or did anything to check on her condition, and then they all abandoned her. And this is all before any foam was put down, and subsequently this truck that had been directed around her covered her with foam and then ran her over.
Anthony, I've also heard that it's customary for these big rigs, and we keep seeing the video of it, to have a driver and a spotter to help with situations like this. And from what I hear, there wasn't a spotter in this case. Is that what you're hearing as well?
Well, actually, in truck number 10, which is the truck that was directed around her before the foam was put down, there was a spotter. And the video from truck 10 shows that the spotter got out of the truck and directed the truck around her in a broad swath. And then 14 minutes later, that same truck pulled into the same position, and after covering this young girl with foam, ran her over.
Anthony, we don't have much time. I do have to ask, though, how is the family holding up?
As you might imagine, this family is devastated and heartbroken. This young girl was their only child, and it's just beyond comprehension or words to describe how they feel. They are just plain heartbroken.
Anthony Tarricone, thank you so much for joining us from Boston. Certainly appreciate it.